I'm the father figure, not the father figure. And this is my wife, Savannah. She's the mother figure. And those are now the two bosses. Dylan, my oldest son, and my youngest son, Clayton.
My dad is old than my mom. I think holds the family together better than any other father I've spent time with. Not that I have other fathers.
10 years in the planning might not be unexaggerating, at least 8. Yeah. So we've been looking for the right spot for years, and as I said early on, people always said location. That's where we end up, next to the location. That's kind of the story of my life. I'm not a farmer, I'm not a gardener, I'm a family man, I'm a businessman, I think I am. Planning of this building was crucial. It had to fit every aspect of what I had in mind. We knew what we wanted long before we built it. We learn from other people's mistakes. We actually go out there and specifically look for things that we shouldn't be doing. When we started this store, we went to 30 plus stores to talk to managers and owners and stuff, and we not only looked for best practices, we also looked for things that did not work, like offices in stores. It's a no-no. The manager must be on the floor. So if you see in our store here, there's no offices. Everybody is in the heart, in the center, where everybody, doesn't matter who the customer is, can go to the top-notch guy and have his problem solved.
You have to go into that person's environment to actually understand whether the system will work or not. So my brother and I went into a dispatch, worked there for a week, pretended that we were the dispatch manager, did the deliveries, organized where they must go to, and that's where you can find your faults and then better your systems.
Having those meetings in the morning to get your message across, maybe something's been bugging you for the last week, maybe you've seen something that's really been exceptional. I call a meeting the next morning just to get the guys amped up, to explain to them what they're doing here isn't the norm. They are going the extra mile, and we are seeing it.
Fortunate enough to have the toughest customer around, and I live with him. It's my father.
Who's the worst customer?
You are, Dad.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
He walks into the store probably about 3 or 4 times a week, and he has only bad things to say about it, which in turn does make me work a lot harder and see those things which I don't normally see.
Please, neck is neck. And here as well, neck is neck. And there as well, neck.
Oh my. I'm married to a control freak.
So I was a client to the other hardware retail stores in the town, and I found their service rather appalling, and would sometimes put a bit of a smile on my face when I knew we were going to open this store, because we then put the emphasis on service. Many people said to us, but it's an over-traded market. I don't know what the term is. Saturated market. You know, are you crazy? How can you spend so much money? We just thought, well, we're going to do it better than the other guys, and that was where we, I think, put our emphasis on. We're going to give a better service. When you're going to open a new store, don't put your focus on the other retailers. Put your focus on the customers. The local people walked in here whilst we were building. Wat gaan aan hier so meneer? No, oh wow, they were so excited. The builder coming. People underestimate how your attitude actually rubs off on the client. You take even the poorest of the poor lady will come in here, and she's going to buy 20 blocks or a bag of cement or something. It's well-earned, hard-earned money. She comes in here literally to get the best advice and not to be ripped off. You know how wonderful she feels when she sits opposite Dylan in the cubicle there, and he's actually giving her his time for 150 rand sale. They love it. They love it.
Everybody likes to be treated the same. It doesn't matter what class of person that is. If you treat the person with integrity and respect, and you give them good service, they're going to want to come back.
I think it's very important that you make the person that's in charge here, when you aren't in charge, that person, he or she, must feel like this is their business and that they need to take pride in this thing because it's a reflection on them as well. And I think we've got amazing people that work here, especially in top management, that do look at this business and see it as their own. They understand that they will get rewarded for hard work. They walk in here and they understand they dictate the attitude. So they come in here positive and that rubs off on everybody else. It's very important that you find someone like that to run your business for you. Otherwise, you have to be in the shop 24/7.
We work together, we work as a family, we work like the brother and the sister, like a mother and the father, Eddie and Savannah. Very fantastic. All the time we're always smiling because we want to keep the customers happy.
To be honest, if it wasn't for the Build It group, I don't believe we would be where we are now. We follow the Build It recipe almost to the T, and that I believe is a very big part of our success.
The brand isn't what made you successful, right? The brand helped you become successful only because you followed the brand's rules, so-called them.
Yeah.
People must understand that. You're not just going to open up a Build It and do well because you're opening up a Build It.
No, you must have the passion for it, and you must.
You must listen to
follow
the
the
people.
system.
Yeah.
Rules.
We decided together that we would create the stock file from scratch. Number one, to learn. Number two, we knew what we were doing at the end of the day, where we'd find everything. And number three, because the current stock file we had at Overstrand wasn't up to scratch. We worked...
That sat from about 10 in the morning till about 2, 3 in the morning. And that's where I made a few cups of tea.
I think Dad made me like the most cups of tea in his life during that period.
We know they don't pay.
And that is part of the Build It recipe.
Yeah. They keep on telling us that. Don't open accounts. So we still do. You still have to open the odd account, but we are very selective.
A nice way to think about it is you can't open an account if you don't do more cash sales. So we've got this fantastic builder. He only buys 50% of his products from us because he doesn't have an account with us. I really want that account to be open so you can have 30 days and X amount of money. But the only way I can do that is if I up my cash sales side. And if I can up that, then I can go to Eddie and I can say, okay, Pops, listen, you need to sign off on X amount here. He signs off and we...
Who signs off?
Eddie, Savannah.
We minimize the risk completely. We don't take chances. Why should you? I mean, there are people out there, you give them good service, you give them good price, smile on the face, they'll buy from you.
And you'll be surprised on how you can convince those debtors or those builders to actually buy on cash. My brother has a debtor currently here that pays his account sometimes up to 3 times a day because he reaches his limit 3 times a day. So he walks in, buys 20,000 Rand, reaches his limit. We phone him, we say, please make a payment. He makes the payment, he walks, another
cash account.
one of his builders walk in later and buy another account.
No, it's a credit account. I think what Claire's saying is reducing the amount of credit you give people, because in a way, if we got good systems here, we act like they're secretaries for them. We do make phone calls every day to a debtor saying either his cash account, which is a 1 Rand credit limit, is on 0, he must please put money in, or we say to him, you reached your credit limit. They always ask for more credit, but at the end of the day, it helps them manage their books.
Supporting local, big. We are not scared of giving back. We have soup kitchens, we have soccer tournaments, we have the little
animal welfare,
we've got the
next
Chess
door. Society, we've got everybody that needs support in the community.
You have to plow back in, and it's amazing how it just comes back. It's incredible. I mean, people just talk about it all the time. And wow, you know.
But it's not only financial support either. What's been quite nice for me to see, and especially the two of them, have really got involved and got stuck into projects where it actually needs manual labor or it needs commitment from the staff or a group of people, and then they kind of pull together and it's quite amazing to watch. There's also a bit of team building, I think, that happens at
Exactly.
the same time.
It benefits you as well by doing things like that because you understanding your co-workers better, and you're becoming a tighter family.
Staying with the times, not being scared to change.
We try and do things a bit better. And I believe that, like in your home, you like things to be neat and tidy and clean and organized. So also in the hardware store. We can't just say, well, okay, it's working, so therefore leave it. Nonsense. Go the extra step. Try something new. Try something different. So what we're going to do, we're going to have an in-house kitchen cupboard designer kind of thing. It'll be an individual person working for herself or himself. The customer will come in and they'll sit at the table and they'll do the design of the kitchen or the cupboards, and it'll be put onto the big screen. And then the customer wants to walk in something new, exciting. You don't have to change the whole store all the time. That's not the idea. The idea is to just create a bit of excitement.
The one that makes us all be more energetic.
To make people feel at home.
And I'm part of the family indeed.